What is up, guys? Tatende here, and today I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be starting a new series. Um, this series is going to be based on my progression or how I taught myself how to use Blender, or at the very least, the basics of Blender. I did not use any tutorials, but I did get some references from certain people or certain art pieces that just helped me or motivated me to learn how to use Blender. So just to get started, if you don't already have it installed, I would just point you to this web page. Just go to blender.org/download. Then it should give you this option right here. And because I already have it installed, it wouldn't make sense for me to install it again. But yeah, well, you just need to download it and install it, and you should be ready to go. All right, so now that we have Blender installed, um, what I'll just tell you is that you need to create a general file. That's what I've been using the entire time I've been using this app. Um, yeah, there are all these other options, but then this is the one I'd recommend to you. So you just click on it, and then immediately you're brought into this perspective, this view. And if you are not familiar with 3D software, this can obviously be very intimidating because not only are all of these things happening on this view, but then you also have these side panels, you have all of these tabs, and just there's just a lot going on. So at first, it was a throw off for me because I'm not used to having so many things just in this view, in this type of view. But you just learn to work your way through it. And just to get started, just to get this series started, I'll just show you the one thing, one of the most important things, which is this object mode here. And I'll explain exactly what these things do so that you can have a better understanding of why they are important. So, firstly, um, whenever you start a new Blender file, it'll always give you these three things. So, this is the camera, these are the lights, and this is just a cube, just a random cube object. So, this select box option, it just gives you the ability to select an individual object like I've been showing you. Gives you the option to select all three or deselect them. Just gives you the option to do whatever. And if you go just to the side here, it, if you're feeling a bit lazy, or you just want some pre-programmed ways of selecting things, this is exactly how you would do it. So to select everything, you just select all, select none. Yeah. And yeah, this is specifically important if you want to edit objects, specific objects, or something along those lines. The second thing I would like to talk about is the move option. Yeah, the move option, which basically allows you to move whatever object you select along the Z, Y, and X axes. Yeah, it's it's a pretty handy tool. I mean, there's a keyboard shortcut for it, which is just G. But then I feel like because of the way my mouse is or my drawing tablet is, it just doesn't give me perspective of where exactly I'm going. So just clicking on this and it telling you you're moving just straight up, straight down, straight sideways is just it's really handy. The second tool I would like to talk about is the rotate, which basically gives you the ability to rotate your object in the same position, but then along the X, Y, and Z axes, like I said before. So you can just rotate your object just like that. And if you want your object to be rotated specifically, if you have specific dimensions you're supposed to follow, just go to this transform side panel, which should show up regardless. But if for any reason it doesn't show up in your app, you just go to these object properties and then just specify that you want to rotate it 50 degrees um, along the y-axis or something like that. Then the scale option just gives you the ability to change the size of your object. So you can change the height, the width, yeah, and it's just one of those handy tools, like I said. And if you want to change it, if you want to change it with the help of actual dimensions you want to set in place, you can just go to the side panel, like I said, and type in your specific dimensions. The transform tool is basically just a combination of the two of it's a combination of the two I just mentioned previously. So you can rotate and you can scale. This option, this annotate option, just gives you the ability just to essentially just draw doodles. So if you need to make notes or whatever, if you have a graphic tablet like I'm about to show you here, you can just type in whatever you want. And yeah, I guess it'll be useful for someone who's doing architectural drawings or whatever, but I don't use it. I haven't used it for any of my modeling, so I wouldn't know, but I guess it's kind of a cool option. Here I'm going to take you to the measuring option, which gives you the ability to measure whatever whatever object you want. It'll tell you the dimensions. And like I said, this is one of those things that will be especially important if you want to have a perspective on the things you're drawing. So, yeah. And then this one, which I think is by far the most, yeah, and every other option is important. But then if you're just keen to get stuck into the action, this add this add option gives you the ability to add whatever shape is here. But the cool thing is it lets you select whatever dimensions you want. So yeah, you have ability to draw whatever shape you want, how it's going to come out. And yeah, that would be pretty handy because as I was just about to get to this part, if you go to this side panel bar and you say you want a new mesh, yeah, you could add just a shape that they give you, but then you really don't have any control, say, about how high you want something or how big or anything like that. So I guess this option is just the best out of this section for me. Yeah, so this has been a very basic rundown of what I've been doing or what I learned during my first week of learning Blender. Yeah, these are the most important things that I learned during my first week, because I did not understand the objects and all of these side panels, or this object mode. So I was basically just playing around with these things, just trying to figure how they worked. And again, with no reference or anything like that. So during the course of the series, I'm going to be teaching you um, all of these other things: the modeling, sculpting, the rendering, the other options that Blender offers. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.